Alright, welcome back to ModNations. So today we're doing a YouTube video. It's a quick tutorial on, in fact it's an in-depth tutorial on to show you how to fit our grill onto this beautiful Mercedes behind me. We are releasing our first ever YouTube video for you guys. So within our YouTube channel, we're going to be showing you tutorials on how to fit things properly and achieve perfect fitment onto it. Day in life of me and Simon on our daily graft in ModNations, and just content on our cars just to provide to you guys, because I know that you guys have been a massive support to us for the past 3 years and we can't be here without you guys. So I thought we want to repay you guys by showing you how it's done. Check it out. Boom. So today we have this beautiful C43 in for a GTR style grill change. So I'm going to show you an in-depth guide on how we put this grill onto this car. The guide will go down to what screw you need to take out, how to take it out correctly, and putting everything back together. So now that we've jacked up the car, we need to remove 2 pieces of the under tray, and they're secured on by 13 8mm bolts. So you can either use a ratchet, or if you're more tech savvy, you can use an impact driver. So for time purposes, I'm going to use this instead of this. Okay, so these are what the bolts look like. They're 8mm, and there's 13 of them dotted all around here, and I'll be taking off for you guys now. So once you start taking off the bolts, it should start loosening up. So now that we've taken the 2 under trays off, it's time to go to the next step. Just a quick tip for you guys as well. It's always good to get a tray just to put all your screws in so you don't lose any. Sometimes you might just want to leave it onto the floor, but you could easily kick them away and you end up losing it. So best tip is to put it all in a tray like this. Right guys, so the reason why we need to take off the under tray is because we need to get to this 10mm bolt that just attaches the this bar onto the bumper. So it's dead simple. I would use a spanner ratchet for this because it's just easy access to it, and all we need to do is just get it in there. So our next step is to take off this plastic rivet, and it's dead simple. You just use one of these plastic pry tools. You can get off eBay and Amazon for like a tenner. It's dead cheap, and all you need to do is just pry it off. There's one on this side and one on that side as well, so I'll show you taking both sides off. So get it in and then use the leverage, pull it off, and that's all you need to do. And then moving on to the next step, so we'd have to turn this wheel. Within this arch liner, there's 3 plastic rivets in here as well, quite similar to the ones that we've taken down here. And these basically holds this arch liner in here, so you can reach into the screws to release this bumper screws here. So right now, I'm going to turn this wheel with my mind. Check it out. Yeah. So these are what the 3 plastic rivets look like. So 1, 2, and 3. And we just use the same tool just to pry it out as well. So then now that we've removed the 3 plastic rivets, we can now push this arch liner back. And when we push this back, we can now see and get access to the 2 10mm bolts that are securing the bumper on. Just right here. I don't know if the camera can catch that. And there's just 2 of them in there. So if we come over, we can see it loosening up, and then we just need to remove the top, remove the other side as well. So another good tip for you guys when you're taking off a Mercedes bumper is that there's 2 of these sort of teeth that sits in, so you'd have to push down and push back in and match up the holes. So when you take it off, you'd always push down and then pull it out so you don't break the teeth here. Okay, so the last steps of taking off the bumper is that the top part, it's secured on by 5 C205 torque screw. So they're dotted along here, so come round, I'll show you. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5 right in this corner here. Right, okay, so now that we're ready to take off the bumper, on here you can see sort of like a little grip line here, which the bumper is attached onto. So to take it off, all you need to do is just give it a nice little tug, and it should start coming loose. Right guys, so now that we've taken off the bumper, there's some parts on this that we have to remove before we can actually take off the grille. So first things first is that we have to take off this polystyrene in here, and it's just a few little clips around here that you just pry out. So that one first, follow along. Okay, so now that we've taken off this polystyrene, which has the passenger sensor onto it, we've got to take off this plastic trim. That's around the grille, and it's quite straightforward. You just basically need to pry it off as well. You can either use a plastic trim tool, or you can use a flathead. Okay, flathead. Right, so just a little pointer on how to take off these clips. It's dead straightforward by using sort of a small flathead like this. These clip point outwards like that, so it clips on here to the trim. So what I normally do, I stick my flathead in, push up, and then it'll come off. So we got this off, we can now start taking off the grille. So there's plenty of clips on the grille, so here, here, all here, and once you've done that, it'll all come off. Right, so now that we've got the grille off, we've also got to remove this top trim piece, put it onto the new one, remove the badge, and also this one has the front camera option, which are held on by T20 Torxes. So take that out, clip it off, and put everything over to the new one as well. Right, mid-process of getting it grille installed, we've just got a fresh delivery of our ModNations hoodie from B2B Supply. So they do some top quality stuff. So let me just put this on really quick, so it gives me special powers to do this quicker, yeah? Check it out. Oh, whoa. This feels nice. This feels really nice. I can feel the power pulsing through my veins. Let's get this done right now. Put back at it. So let's get this grille off. Let's get this badge off. Okay. So what we need to do, right, is a little trick to it. Behind the grille, you can see this back part. There's a stopper on onto there. So you just got to pry a bit onto the stopper, and then give it a twist, and then it'll come loose. Okay, so we want to take off this camera and put it onto the new one. And here it's 2 T20s that we take off. So now that we've got this, so I'm going to put the lens back on. Should be nice and snug. That's the camera back in. And then we also need to take this trim off on this. See all these clips that holding this top trim on? So same thing with your flathead. And now this is finally ready to go back onto the bumper. It's good to see people doing this, because one person can push from this side and the other person can push in from this side, making sure that all the clips are clipped in properly. So just mock it up. Push it in. So like I said, one person pushing in from that way the other person push it back in. So we start off with this clip first. And for some stupid reason, I don't know why Mercedes have made these clips so bloody thick that you do need some really strong hands and strong muscles to know that the clips are properly in, and it does feel quite secure now. Next thing we need to do is put the polystyrene back in to its original position. You might want to use your flathead to help you doing this as well. You can see that it's made a massive difference to the car. And now all we need to do is just put this bumper back onto the car, connect everything back up like your front cameras, and there's also the sensors as well that you need to connect everything back up and basically reverse everything that you've done, taking it off, and then that's pretty much the job done. Right, so we're coming to the end of this tutorial now, so last thing to do is put the Mercedes badge back onto the grille, and all it is just put it in place, twist it, and job's done.